Welcome to Ark Recording Studio, a Christian-run and operated studio located in Hanover, Maryland. We're really happy for the opportunity to share with you the vision behind the studio and what God has been doing in our ministry.
The process was fun, yet challenging at times. We trusted God that this was His purpose and His mission for us. But there were many, many, many long nights. There were many, many long days. My husband would come home from a full 9-to-5 job, change his attire and get into his painter's suit and get to work many nights at what he felt God was calling him to do. As a matter of fact, through blood, sweat, and tears, I would say that this vision is now coming to life.
In Genesis 6 and 7, the Bible talks about a man who really trusted God. His name was Noah. And God trusted with him a vision to build an ark that would provide safety for those who would be obedient. The name Ark for us also carries with it not only ministry significance, but an important significance of obedience. I believe that when God gave my wife and myself this vision to build a studio, that He was telling us if we trusted Him through obedience, He would do for us what He did for Noah.
There were times when we did not know how the end product would look like. Funds were running low. But again, we trusted God that He would provide.
It was in October of 2013, and we were actually getting ready to work on our flooring. And I remember when I got the invoice from the flooring company, and I remember saying, how am I going to pay for this? My wife and I, we looked at our accounts, and there wasn't a whole lot left after we ever got to the point of flooring. And I remember actually clearing out the account, zeroing it out. And I closed my door that day and I wept. I wept wondering, how am I going to get through this? Trying to obey a passion, follow a passion at the same time, trying to do what is it we felt compelled that God has given us a vision to do, but where's the funding? And that was a low point. That was a very low point. But my wife and I, we stuck through it, and we continued to put money into building the studio, and slowly but surely we began to see the space take shape. And I remember very vividly that my wife had mentioned to me that God will replenish that which we have invested for His cause. And I believe that. And now that we have now completed this entire construction phase, we are actually seeing the delivery of that promise. And it has really been a journey, because many times we find that we chase our visions, we chase our passions, and many times we question whether or not if we should continue pursuing what God has laid on our heart. And what we have gone through in the last 9 months is really confirmation that when you believe, you really have to follow on what God has told you.
We have passion in our hearts for music ministry. That's something that we think God has blessed us with. And we know He's blessed many others with the passion of music. And so we feel that this recording studio is a place where that passion can come to life. Did we see it initially at the time? No, but we believe that God told us to do it. And so we wanted to just follow.
A friend of ours told us, if you can see it, if you can touch it, if you can hear it, if you can even taste it, then there's no faith involved. Faith is only enacted when your senses can't be relied upon. So for us, we had to trust that God was going to deliver for us that which we trusted Him with. And we continue to trust Him with where now He's going to take what He has given us. We want to share this journey, all passion, but more than that, we want to be able to share the music ministry that God has given us with you. Whether it's composition, whether it's bringing something out of your own experience and putting it into music form, or whatever it takes, we believe that your vision can spring to life when you place it in the hand of the Master. That's what we did. That's what God has allowed us now to enjoy. And that's what we want to share with you.
All we'd like to do is spread His word through music so that we can prepare hearts for His soon return.
So, hours upon hours, till 2 in the morning, we spent a lot of time just carving out and planning and doing a lot of the things that studios normally do in their construction phase. And slowly but surely, the Ark began to emerge. We began to see the framework of the studio come into being. We began to see how the studio can and now is being used for ministry. What we believe that God is going to be doing through the Ark is providing a place of safety. A place where Christian artists will be able to go knowing that prayer is a central portion of our recording services. Knowing that the quality they will get will be that the ministry requires. So as we built the studio, and as we put the hinges on the doors, and as we did the carpeting, and as we did the acoustical treatment, and all the audio analysis, it was a struggle for us many times. Why? Because we couldn't see the end from where we were. But as it evolved, and we began to literally hear the sound that was coming out of the studio, we began to see God's vision come to life. And those are the things that we are so thankful for. When we reflect on some of the artists that we have worked with and what God is doing in their lives, we're just humbled to be a part of their vision. Because now we can see that the Ark is now fully afloat.
The faith of my father's holy faith, I will be true to the